Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. How's everybody doing today? Is everybody doing okay? 2 thumbs up if you are. Sad heart if you're not. But it'll get better. Time is a great healer, I'm just saying. So cheers, dears. Happy Saturday. I really hope your weekend's going well. I do. I'm doing this indoors today because it's cold, damp, and yucky outside, so I'm not going to see that full moon tonight. Again, didn't see last one either. Weather. I am doing a story today from YAHOO News by Farrah Tomazin, Tomazin. Yes, I said Z. From the 4th of September, 2025. It appears another twit from the DOJ has gotten himself into hot water, and he started spilling some tea to a date. So, if you're new to this channel, I want to say welcome. Hangers on. Look, it's nice to read. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's how I feel about you guys. And hangers on, if you stick around, you can be a hangers on too. Doesn't cost nothing. Just push the subscribe button, like me, love me, and share me. That's all it costs. I'm not associated with anybody. Some people think I'm associated with Midas Touch. I'm not. Wouldn't mind doing Midas Canada with Charlie Angus because I really like him. I think he's awesome. But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? The culprit this time is Joseph Schnitt, real name, acting deputy chief of some Department of Justice department. Just proved the Democrats were right about Ghislaine Maxwell, her sweetheart deal, and who will or won't be redacted if and when they bring a new bunch of information forward, because it's all about transparency. So Scammy Joe was forced into some damage control because this shit hit the fan. Because again, another app. It appears that one of her top people was secretly recorded telling his, quotation marks, date, that the Epstein files would be, in quotes, manipulated to protect Republicans, end quote. Mr. Schmidt is owed a huge attaboy by the Democrats for them coming out and actually saying this in public as to what is actually going on behind the scenes. The backpedaling is hilarious, by the way. So, allegedly, Mr. Schmidt was on a date from a dating site called Hinge. It's an app. So I guess his date neglected to tell him that she was an undercover media person who works for O'Keefe Media Group. Now, O'Keefe Media Group is really smarmy. It's owned by James O'Keefe, who is also the founder of Project Veritas, a really far right-wing organization. And the undercover footage of the date was posted to media on Thursday. I believe it was X, because it was blue check marks. They really are eating their own, aren't they? But anyway, apparently Mr. Schnitt had 2 dates. And I guess because of the information he revealed on date 1, didn't mind having another date to see what else that she could drag out of him on another date. So they sure like to pump themselves up and make themselves all important. Oh, I work here and I do all this stuff. Yeah, I do secret stuff. Yeah, that's the type of guys these people are. Definitely overcompensating for something. Maybe a little, just a little. So little Schnitt is on his recording. He's saying that the department did or would, in quotation mark, redact every Republican or conservative person in those files and leave all the liberals and Democrat people in those files, so they will have a very slanted version of it when it comes out. End quote. But he wasn't finished yet. Oh, no. He also told her, what he's telling her is about the sweetheart deal that somebody gave Ghislaine Maxwell. That decision went against the Board of Prisons because she is a convicted child sex offender, which means, in quotes, that they're offering her something to keep her mouth shut, end quote. Now, I know, and you know, we know this. This is all public knowledge, but he did drop a few wee bombs there, right? Talking about what will happen with the redactions. We just had an inkling, but he was there, I guess. He was there in the room where it happened, But anyway, he went into great detail about the Scammy Joe on Bingo Bongo, who's soon to be Gonzo, conflict. Bingo Bongo is the second IC, or the second in charge, to Kashyap Patel, but they had to put a babysitter on Bingo Bongo because there now is a second 2IC. They're sharing the position. You're doing everything, put an ankle bracelet on Bingo Bongo. So anyway, Mr. Schnitt says Bingo Bongo, in quotes, is causing problems because he's like, no, these Epstein files have to be released. Bondi wants whatever Trump wants. Internally, there's a lot of conflict, end quote, he said. And of course, the only way to get any information out is to executive order everything on camera, fire people on camera, on social media, bomb Iran, blow up a boat with 11 people in it when you're not sure what they were doing. Usually if you see a bunch of drug dealers, there's only like 3 or 4 in that size of boat, not 11 with only 1 can of gas. These guys are off the coast of Venezuela. They're going to make it to the United States. No. Well, they might have a meet up in the middle of the ocean somewhere, I guess. But anyway, for entertainment purposes only, I think it was for target practice. My personal, humble opinion. The only way they can do all this stuff is on social media, and sometimes even during or just before it happens. How many classified things is this box of quackers going to end up doing? They're all quacks, so they're in a box of quackers. Sorry. So how many classified things are these guys going to release on social media? I'd say most of it, because they're doing everything they've done, it's on social media. That's why they're transparent, because they're too stupid to know that there's a Secrets Act. But anyway, they can't help themselves. It's like a 3-year-old going, Mommy, Mommy, look what I can do, look what I can do, look what I can do, Mommy, Mommy. So this date seemed to be, or someone seemed to think that the schnifters, that maybe these reporters are scanning dating sites looking for people just like him that are on the DL. Because I don't know if he's married or not, but there's always Lady G. Shh, I didn't say that. No matter how this date found him, chatted him up, and got a face-to-face date, it's unclear. I've never been on those sites. I just can't imagine either. But I don't want to know. I just want this shit to keep happening. And it doesn't have to be from smarmy sites either. There could be some really good well, there are a lot of good journalists out there. But in true MAGA fashion, the Trump fluffers were trying to spin this 6 ways to Sunday. And they gave a bunch of really weird responses to the date night tell-all series. There's going to be a lot more of those coming out soon, I think. Trying to cover his tracks, Joey the Schniff sent a letter to acting director Pollock. He told the details of how he met a woman on Hinge, a dating app. They had 2 dates, August 4th and August 16th, and his date said that she was an au pair in Georgetown. Don't believe everything you hear. I don't. I believe a lot. But if he knew that she worked in media, there would be no second date. That's what he told his boss. Quotations, my profile indicated I did government work, but I did not specify for which agency. End quote. Now see, that would have been a huge red flag for me or anyone else that puts this stuff out there, because when I was in the military and the government, we didn't have dating apps. So anyway, it's easy pickings for these guys. Can't imagine all the work it took to get the Russians to do these things face-to-face, practically, sending letters with stamps and stuff. But he basically said he only told her what was already in the news and gave his opinion on that information. His date did, however, ask about Ghislaine, and he only told her his opinion of the news already out there. However, the Veritas guy, James O'Keefe, says that there seems to be a little discrepancy between what Schniffer's statement originally said and what was on the date interview. Apparently, Mr. Schnitt did disclose exactly which agency he worked for and what his position was in the DOJ. So he's not totally forthcoming. Oh, really? Are you surprised? Seriously. Such a shocker. Jimmy Boy James, you're not telling us anything new. Now comes the spin. DOJ XPOX 47. It's like DOJ Spox 47. I wanted to spell it out. In quotations, the comments in this video have absolutely zero bearing with reality and reflects a total lack of knowledge of the DOJ's review process. I think we do know what your process is. It's put it out on social media. The DOJ is committed, or should be, and we're committed to, my words, not theirs, hiding anything and everything about the Mango Moose Knuckle, everything he ever did, everything he will do. We will hide that because DOJ is committed to transparency and is in compliance with White House oversight. But only the Republicans are on the oversight committee. They'll hide that information from the rest of them. To transparency and is in compliance with the White House oversight committee, their request for documents. They're going to have Hummer Cummer there. He's going to be looking over them first. That's what I think. This is just one more thing. Oh yeah, just one more thing. Oh, well, there's one more thing. That shows how incompetent her department really is. And she is leading the incompetence because she has no right to be there. They are transparent as chocolate pudding. Scammy Joe has been lying her ass off since she said whatever the hell she said, with her fingers crossed and her toes crossed. In my opinion only, she's been lying about every aspect of the Epstein files. It went from I have a list, I have the files, they're on my Costco-sized warehouse desk, to there's no file, there's no black book. And, okay, she might be right on the black book part. Because there was other lists, put it that way. But she might be right about that. Though the warrior survivors, they seem to have a list. Yeah, they seem to have a list. And it's only going to get longer because now they are reaching out to all the other survivor warriors. That's right. So the games are well underway now. So DOJ says, yay, they released 33,000 files. Nay, they were already out and on the interwebs, unredacted, years ago. Yay, we released the jail surveillance video. Nay, It wasn't even Epstein's cell. And who was that person in the black hoodie with his hoodie up and trying to shade his face as he walked past the exit door? To where? And we never seen him again. Yay, we released flight logs. Nay, they have been around for years. Yay, we released court filings. Nay, they have been public for years. Did they include Katie Johnson's or Maria's court filings? Did they release those too? Yay, we released audio. Nay. Michael Wolff has 100 hours of Epstein's audio. The mango moose knuckle is pooping his pull-ups and clogging whatever other device they've got attached to him now because nobody's blowing smoke up his vile, ample, dimply arse anymore because nobody's letting go of Epstein Trump's atrocities. They're letting that go by the wayside, and he keeps saying, no, but I stopped 7 wars, 3 you don't know about, so I stopped 10 wars. Why is everybody talking about him? Because you are a filthy pig. That's why we're talking about him and you. Just saying. For entertainment purposes only. Now Trump is back to his old, it's a hoax, it's a hoax, it's a Democratic hoax. He's like the guy in The Mummy. Remember the movie The Mummy? It's a curse, it's a curse, it's a curse. But it's a hoax, it's a hoax, it's a hoax. Look what I did. Look what I did. I stopped it. I stopped it. I stopped all the wars. What I did stop. I stopped that creep. But now we have to pay attention to the creep in the Oval Office. He's the other half of that coin. So yeah, stay tuned. More scandal is on the way. You can almost set your watch to it. You really can. So yeah, that's what's going on in the grand scheme of things. So another DOJ, another app scandal. Well, we're not telling you anything you don't know. That's what he's trying to say. But then we didn't know that they were purposely going to actually do that redacting and only leave liberal Democrats on the list. We didn't know that. Little things about Pam Bondi and stuff, yeah. That she only does what Trump wants her to. We knew it, but somebody from the inside saying it and it's discussed means something else. It means we were right and they were wrong. We're going to sing the I Was Right song. Sorry, couldn't resist. So anyway, hangers on. I love you so much. Thanks for coming back. All my newcomers, welcome. And please, be good to you first so you can be good to somebody else. We all need to have a little goodness. Put one arm here, one arm here. Give yourself a big hug. Give yourself a big hug. Anyway, take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you so much. Be good.